Namaste, dear friends. Myself Lakshman Todi, teaching faculty, Vijayanagara Sri Krishna Devaraya University, Ballari, Post Graduation Center, Nandihalli. Uh, my today's topic is performance management system. As you can go through my previous video, which is on the human resource development. So in continuation with other concepts of human resource development and management. Today I'm going to deal with the performance management system. So for the convenient of the students, those who are studying in Karnataka and basically are from Kannada medium, for them I'm using both language in the English as well as Kannada. Even though I am also from Kannada medium, Kannada background, uh, I am also faces some difficulties in spelling and pronunciation. It's okay. It's common in learning. Let me begin with my topic, that is performance management system. Yes. So performance management system. When we listen the term human resource management, so the first thing we imagine when we listen the term human resource management or heard, so we imagine many things. Among that, the performance appraisal is one of the thing, basic function, uh, and that is the part of human resource management. Hmm. So appraisal and management. So both are same faces of a coin. And when it comes to performance management system, it is not different from the performance appraisal or the performance appraisal or performance management are not a divided concept. So they are integrated system and they are supportive system. And the performance appraisal is part of performance management system. So when an organization recruit the employees for their day-to-day work and for the easy process, so they expect the maximum outcomes from uh, employees. Means the employer wants the hard work, the employer wants the qualitative work from the employees. So in this situation, in a periodic way, the appraising performance is a mandatory, and it is a practice, well defined practice by all the organization. So in the process of this appraising the performance, uh, there will be a systematic forms, or there will be a systematic evaluation of performance of an employee in a stipulated time or the over the period of time, that may be for the 1 year, or that may be for the 6 months, or that may be that is stipulated by the organizations based on their nature. So performance appraisal is like a periodic and regular activity where the assessment of the performance of the employees will be done. And in performance management system, uh, based on the inputs and based on the results of the performance appraisal, the further remedies or the further uh, requirements will be framed and undertaken. ಸೊ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ನಿರ್ವಹಣಾ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನೆಯು ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅಂಶವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು ಅಥವಾ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಯವರು ಆ ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಅವಧಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ನೀಡಿದಂತಹ ಗುರಿ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಈಡೇರಿಸಿದ ಅಥವಾ ತಲುಪಿದ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಿಗದಿಪಡಿಸಿದ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಸಹಾಯಕರವಾಗಿತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಮರ್ಥನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೇ ಟು ಡೇ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಬೈ ದಿ HRM ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ನಿರಂತರ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯವರು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಅಥವಾ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ನಿಗದಿತ ಕಾಲಾವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Then coming back to the differential terms of the performance appraisal and performance management. Of course, both are integrated, as I said. Both are two faces of a coin, but they have some significant differences. As we can go through the performance appraisal, so it can be defined as a formal and periodical assessment or the evaluation of the performance of the individual employee. So it may be done through rating and ranking, and will be kept in the annual review meeting. So this is what the performance appraisal means: gathering the data, assessing them, rating or ranking or defining the results, and keeping for further actions in the annual review meeting. So this is what the performance appraisal, that the job of performance appraisal will be end. But whereas the performance management is a continuous system. So after performance appraisal, based on the results and outcomes, the HRD people or the HRM personals will try to find out the remedies, try to find out the solutions if any employees are lacking behind, if there is any lacunas in the employees performance, and they try to find the remedies, the reasons, the solutions to overcome from the particular problems. So it is like the employees will again go through a systematic process which leads them to improve their performance. So ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ನಿಗದಿತ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಗದಿತವಾದಂತ ನಮೂನೆಯನ್ನ ಪಾಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನ ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನ, ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಗ್ರೇಡುಗಳನ್ನ ನೀಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೈಸಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿತದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆ ನಿರ್ವಹಣಾ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುವಂತಹ ಲೋಪದೋಷಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುವ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುವಂತಹ ಲೋಪದೋಷಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಕೊರತೆಗಳನ್ನ ನೀಗಿಸುವ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಗಮನವನ್ನ ಹರಿಸಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೊರತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯದ ಕೊರತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಯಾವುದ ಒಂದು ಸಹಾಯದ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತವುಗಳನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ನಿರ್ವಹಣಾ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಹಿಡಿಯಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದಂತಹ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಷನ್ or the significant differences between the performance appraisal and performance management. So we know that the performance appraisal is a top-down assessment, whereas the performance management is a joint process, means it is integrated process. So the performance appraisal will be conducted once in a yearly or twice in a yearly. It depends upon the industry or the organization's policies. And whereas performance management is a continuous process. So they review after review, they review after every action, they review after every training program. So everything will be continuous, and it is for part of performance management process. Performance appraisal is a small part of performance appraisal where it gives the results, and based on the results the performance management system will do further actions. And the performance appraisal uses the ratings and rankings, whereas performance management is not dependent, or it doesn't use much rating. It uses the less ratings, and it is a monolithic system means what assessee said, it will be final. And whereas the joint performance management system is a flexible process. Mm. And performance appraisal is uh, focuses only on quantified objectives or the quantified or predetermined objectives, whereas in the performance management, the quality as well as the overall aspects of an employee, like his personality, behavior, communication, so everything will be focused and valued for the employee's professional contribution. And the performance appraisal always thinks of what has gone wrong in the performance, whereas the performance management system looks forward that what needs to be done to improve the performance. So often it is performance appraisal is often linked with the uh, monetary aspects like payment and other things, whereas the performance management system is less linked with payment and other monetary factors. So it is performance appraisal is a bureaucratic paperwork, means there is a systematic papers or the points or the appraisal forms needs to be filled and submitted. That's it. And it is short-term paperwork, whereas the performance management system is a documentation where they keep for a minimum period of years. So these are the differences between the performance appraisal and performance management. So there are many methods of performance appraisal, and uh, we divide them into traditional and modern methods. So traditional methods means the ranking methods, graphic rating scale, paired comparison. So these are very old methods that used to conducted by the industries, especially in the large industries. But nowadays they have changed, they have modernized and have changed into a global perspective. So ranking method, we know that based on some uh, numbers, based on the outcomes, the rating will be, sorry, the ranking will be given. It is like highest, lowest, and mid. So the graphic rating scale is also one of traditional method where the companies were used to assess the performance of employees. So in that they only try to evaluate, and the evaluation or the performance will be uh, kept in the form of number, in the form of rating. So in same way, the paired comparison method, where they adopted the changing ranking method, in which the employee's performance will be analyzed with another employee's performance. Paired comparison method means assessing or evaluating an employee's performance with another employee's performance. And the forced distribution method, so that used to deal with the employee's performance, and it is obviously a single way method which focused on the evaluation that is usually uh, done by the rating by the higher authorities. And critical incident method, so this is also one of the method where particular records will be maintained, and sometimes the unfavorable performances will be explored. So in this method, then essay method, where um, the evaluator or the assessor will used to evaluate the employee's performance based on the essay method, means assessing the outcomes which is written, or assessing the outcomes based on the writings of an employees. So they have to write something, and that will be evaluated by the uh, employer or the assessee. Then checklist method. So that is nowadays also many organizations have following this method, where the checklist means it is kind of objective responses to the questions that the assessor asks in particular forms. And modern methods, so MBO, which is one of the famous method now, where the performance will be done by managing the objectives of an employees as well as the objectives of an uh, organizations. And behaviorally anchored rating scale, that is we call them bars, where the employees overall personality and the professional contribution will be evaluated by adopting some kind of specific rating scales and some kind of specific approaches. Then assessment centers. So nowadays the HR centers have turned into assessment centers, where they where the quality and quantitative aspects will be compared, will be gathered, and will be evaluated. And psychological appraisals, this is also one of the method at the present scenario, where the employer or the assessor assess their employees um, performance from the top to bottom approach. And human resource accounting, HRA, means the monetary aspects and the performance will be compared, and based on this comparison the performance will be evaluated and concluded. And other methods such as 90 degrees appraisal, 180-degree appraisal, 360-degree appraisal, then 540 appraisals and 720-degree appraisals. So as part of the basic needs, and as part or in keeping mind to help the students, those who are writing NET and other exams, I'm going to focus on these methods. I'm going to deal with these methods through which the questions that arises in the NET or any SLT exams, the students may easily get clarifications. So here the 90-degree appraisal, 180-degree appraisal, 360, 540 and 720 degree appraisal. So let us see one by one. Yes, so the 90-degree appraisal system is one of the very traditional and oldest system of uh, appraisal, where the employer assess the evaluation, sorry, performance of their employees, where means reporting person or the supervisor will be analyzed or used to analyze the performance of particular employees. So there will not be any self evaluation. So it is a single way analysis, single way appraisal that carried out by uh, direct directly by the supervisor or the assessor. And there will not be any, or there will not be any role, or there will not be any responses from the employees in terms of 90-degree appraisal. So whatever the supervisor or whatever the assessor used to give the rating and ranking will be finalized. So this was one of the oldest method and one of the traditional method. So second method or appraising of the performance is the 180-degree appraisal, where the supervisor and employee will be combined, will be assessing an performance. So the employee will self-assess himself. So what he has done for the particular year, how his performance was, and what kind of challenges he faced. So everything he assesses himself, and he submits that particular report to his supervisor. So based on the outcomes and based on the personal observation, the reporting person or the supervisor will give the ranking and a rating, and the for further assessment or further decision will be taken in review meeting. So 180 ಕೋನಗಳ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದಲ್ಲಿ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆತನ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಕರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಆಗುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಸ್ವ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾನು ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ, ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾದ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾದ ಕೆಲಸಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಕರಿಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಕರು ಅದನ್ನ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಧಾರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂಡ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಕರು ಈ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 360 ಕೋನಗಳ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ 360 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಅಪ್ರೈಸಲ್. So it is combined with 4 components. Yes, here the performance of an employee will be evaluated by 4 parties. That is the self, the employee himself, and his immediate supervisor or the reporting authority, or the peers and subordinates. So these 4 parties will do assess the performance of an employee. In some organization, for the higher position, even they include the customers also, and even some rare cases the top management also involves in terms of 360 degree appraisal. So the appraisal will be done by 4 parties. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೋನದಲ್ಲಿ 360 ಕೋನಗಳ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನೆಯ ಕೋನದಲ್ಲಿ 4 ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ನಡೆಯಲ್ಪಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದು ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿ ತನಗ್ ತಾನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವನ ಸಹೋದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಸಹ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಿರಿಯ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಆತನ ಮೇಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಕರು. ಸೊ ಈಗ 4 ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ 4 ಅಂಶಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಆಗಲ್ಪಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ 1992ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಮಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಜನರಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಧಾರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರಾಂಪ್ಟನ್ ಗ್ರೀವ್ಸ್, ವಿಪ್ರೋ, ಇನ್ಫೋಸಿಸ್, ರಿಲಯನ್ಸ್, ಟಾಟಾ, ಬಹುತೇಕ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ಕೋನದ 360 ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ಒಂದು ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನ ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ it was developed and implemented by the General Electrics, the USA based company, in their 1992. So based on the outcomes and the necessity and relevance of this particular appraisal method, many Indian organizations and companies have adopted, likely the Crompton Greaves, Wipro, Infosys, Reliance, Tata and other companies. So these are the 4 factors or the 4 components while assessing the 360 degree appraisal, adopting the 360 degree appraisals. The peers means those who are equally designated with a particular employee. So they assess his equal employees' performance. Subordinates means the employees below the rank or the below the designations of that particular employee. So they also assess superior or supervisor or the reporting authority. So they also assess the performance. And self-assessment, it's likely as same as in the 180 degree ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಹ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಸಮ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಹುದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನ ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಬಾರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇವರು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಹುದ್ದೆಯ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗಳು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್ಸ್ ತನ್ನ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಮೇಲ್ವಿಚಾರಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಯಾರಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು ಆ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಟ್ಟು ಈ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆತ ತನಗೆ ನೀಡಿದಂತ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಈಡೇರಿಸಿದ, ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತನಗೆ ನೀಡಿದಂತ ಗುರಿಗಳನ್ನ ಈಡೇರಿಸಿದ. ಎಲ್ಲವುಗಳನ್ನ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 3 ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಒಂದು ಆಂತರಿಕ ವಿಧಾನದಿಂದ ಅಳೆಯಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ 360-degree performance will be assessed from the 3 external factors along with 1 internal factors, that is employee himself. Okay, for which kind of employees that this 360-degree may be used or may be adopted. So this is not suitable for all kind of employees. So this is suitable for the employees those who are working at the middle and senior level, like the directors or the managers, and above the managers, DCM. So these kind of for assessing the performance of these kind of employees, so this 360-degree may be implemented or adopted. So this is not necessary to use or adopt all kind of employees, those who are working at higher position and those who are working between the like bridge between the rest of the organization and management. So for them this can be used, and for the higher position sometime the top management is also involves and they also assess. And here the next concept is 450-degree appraisal. This is also one of the method where the performance of an employee will be done by 4 parties, as in the 360-degree evaluation. So there will be 4 parties: supervisor, peers, subordinates, and the self himself, the employee himself. In the same way, 540 followed by 360 includes another component that is called client or customers. So 360 ಕೋನಗಳ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತೆ 4 ಜನ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ 4 ಜನರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜನ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರೇನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರ ಒಂದು ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಈ 540 ಕೋನಗಳ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪರಿಗಣನೆಯನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು 360 ಕೋನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುವಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗಳು ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಇವರನ್ನ ಈ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಧಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಳಪಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Yes, these are the components. As I said, the 360-degree, we see these all components in 360-degree. So in 540, these sect or these component will be added for further and external evaluation, because the customer satisfaction is most important for any company. So it most valued factor in terms of evaluation or performance appraisal, and it is also called as the neutral and independent external factor of performance appraisal. So there is no any influence, there is no any pressure on these factors. So this factor is independent. So these factors also considered as external factors, whereas these all factors are internal factors or components to assess the performance of any employee. And next concept is the 720-degree appraisal. Yes, the 720-degree appraisal is double of the appraisal of 360. Here, when a particular employee goes through an assessment by following the 360-degree appraisal, for the improvement, for updation, the time will be given to particular employees. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ 720 ಕೋನದ ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 360 ಕೋನಗಳನ್ನೇ ಒಂದು ನಿಗದಿತ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಸಾರಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಸೊ 2 ಸಾರಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 360 ಕೋನಗಳ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಫಲಿತಾಂಶಗಳನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಉನ್ನತೀಕರಣ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಸಮಯವನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ 360-ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಅಪ್ರೈಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತ ಅಂಶಗಳನ್ನ ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಲಾವಧಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಥವಾ ಮರಳಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಾರಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ 720 ಕೋನಗಳ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 360 ಕೋನಗಳ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನೇ 2 ಸಾರಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಮಯವನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಮಯವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈ 720 ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ದ 360 will done, after that the particular time will be given to improve the capacities and the performance, whatever the feedback comes in the 360. So after the periodic time overs, the employee will be assessed again by the same method by adopting 360 only. So that is called as the 720 appraisal system. So in the pre-appraisal, all 4 factors will be considered in terms of evaluating the performance of an employee. Again, after particular time, like whatever 7 months, 8 months, 6 months, performance will be redone by the same factors, and based on the results the further action will be taken. So 720 ಕೋನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ 360 ಕೋನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ಫಲಿತಾಂಶವನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಅವಧಿಯನ್ನ ನೀಡ್ತಾರೆ ತನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನ ಉತ್ತೇಜನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ನಿರ್ದಿಷ್ಟ ಕಾಲಾವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯದಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀಡಿದಂತ ಕಾಲಾವಧಿಯನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನವನ್ನ ನಾವು 720 ಕೋನಗಳ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 360ಯನ್ನೇ 2 ಹಂತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್